pronounced NAMI, and it stands for National Alliance on Mental Illness. I work with the Indianapolis affiliate. We are a national organization, but I work with the local affiliate that has Marion County as well as the surrounding donut counties, and we do a lot of work in Hamilton County. What we do at NAMI Indianapolis is we're a grassroots organization, and we provide support, education, and advocacy for persons with mental illness as well as their caregivers. The reason that we're here today is we are putting in a proposal for $2,465 for our CIT program that we run, and CIT stands for Crisis Intervention Team. What this is it's a free 40-hour training for first responders and law enforcement officers. It's a partnership between NAMI Indianapolis and local law enforcement and mental health service providers. It's used all across the United States, and we have been doing this CIT program in Marion County, Hamilton County, Johnson County for quite a few years. What it is it's a 40-hour education program for persons in mental health crisis. It's proven to be a pre-booking jail diversion program. What it does is it teaches law enforcement officers about mental illness and safer approaches to dealing with persons with mental illness. When the law enforcement officers are properly trained, they can divert to mental health treatment centers rather than the person with mental illness going to jail. And the reason the $2,465 that we're requesting would cover the handbooks for the officers that go through the training. Training is planned for March 16th through the 20th of 2015, I believe, being held up in Noblesville. I think on the last page there's the training schedule too. It'll cover the handbooks, hospitality recognition. Every officer receives a CIT pin so that when they're out in the community knows that they have gone through this special mental health training. I think that's about it. Any questions?
Do you get other funding for this particular program, or is it just come from us?
We do get some other funding. The wages and salaries pretty much are covered in kind by the mental health service providers, the psychiatrists. They've been doing their section for quite a while, and we also have consumers that come in and help us with the program too.
Would you say you've seen an impact on recidivancy rate by diverting to mental health facilities versus going to jail?
I would say so. I don't know. Don't have a percentage to give you or anything, but I just know that the peace of mind that families have by their loved one being treated in a mental health facility as opposed to a jail where they don't have maybe medications to begin with is just amazing. Any other questions?
Anyone else?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Lynette.
Thank you.
Are there other organizations requesting funding? No, we don't. We'll let her go and then you follow. No, you're good.
Sorry.
Way to go, Patty. Good job,
I
Patty.
like that. I'm really pushy and.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good evening. My name is Patty Napier, and I am one of the co-pastors that serves at Carmel United Methodist Church. And I'm here representing this evening our food pantry. Our Carmel United Methodist Church food pantry has served in this community since 1992. And in its earlier days, the volume of folks that we were reaching out to and serving was small enough that we really were able to support that within our congregation. But as the need has increased over the years, we have had to become creative in the ways that we continue to meet that need. And so therefore, the reason for my being here this evening, in my packet you will see that we began our food pantry, as I said, back in 1992. And that particular year, our first year, we serviced 15 families throughout that year. And our most recent statistics, we're now serving about 1,000 persons a month. And a breakdown of the ages also is there so that you can see that many of the persons that we serve are children. We have further expanded our connection over the years with our food pantry to provide other services and connections that folks have need of in addition to their issues of food insecurity. About 8 years ago, we began our Kids Coats program, and we have a coat collection. We provide winter coats to children, and we have been providing between 4,000 and 6,000 coats a year, hats and mittens to children. To keep up with this pace, we are now partnering with 7 other churches and many agencies in the area. This year, we are also expanding. We have a coat giveaway on a particular day in the fall at our church, but we are coordinating, and there will be a giveaway in the Noblesville area and Arcadia this year, so we're expanding that. We also reach out to the children that we connect with through our food pantry, as well as we connect with the nurses at all the elementary schools in our county for children who do not have clothing to wear to school. And I'm sorry? Oh my gosh, never mind. So we connect there. Also, we're connecting with the Mohawk Community Apartments, beginning an English as second language program where we have already started. It's a one-on-one mentoring experience. What I'm asking for is $25,000 this year, which will allow us to continue to keep up with the current trend and the need, the volume of folks that are coming to visit us. But also, we have improved our nutritional offerings, which was a goal of ours. So as we partner with Gleaners and other areas, we are able to also offer fresh meats and fresh vegetables to our clients. We also are asking for the support to create a new position of Minister of Local Outreach, and that person will coordinate the current efforts we're doing as well as connecting with other agencies in the area. Thank you very much for considering us for your 2015 grant. Do you have any questions? Nope.
No,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Ma'am?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sandra Vandenberg, and I'm here representing Third Phase Christian Center. For those who do not know about us, we're Hamilton County's largest food pantry, and we also have the only shelter available for men, women, and children. We are asking for a grant of $30,000, and that would go towards purchasing a new, which actually previously owned, box truck, 15-foot. Our pantry services about 80,000 people a year. And without this box truck, that's what our lifeline is to pick up the food that we give out. We do a lot of food rescues from local stores. We also go to Gleaners, Second Helpings, different things like that. Right now, we do have 2 box trucks. One is totally, disabled. The other one's ready to die at any moment. I don't know if you're familiar with Third Phase, but basically what we do, we try to provide the basic necessities to people who are homeless, without food, without clothing, just to give people the basic necessities which every human deserves. We want to make sure no one's sleeping out on the street or going to bed hungry. We do have a little thrift store at our place too, where people can come with vouchers and get their basic needs met. School time's a big time because they'll come in and get school clothing for all their kids. A lot of people lose their jobs, are underemployed, and it's big business. And I would say that on the majority, we give out more clothing each day that we're open than what we sell. They also are allowed to get basic needs like furniture, bedding, pots and pans, dishes. And then also we have a 1-year program for women that are trying to get their lives back on track. Many of them come to us that maybe they've lost their children. We help them with their legal needs too. We help them try to, if they want to get the kids back, we try to do that for them. We also provide a place where they can work on their GEDs. Basically, third phase stands for mind, body, and spirit. So we're trying to fix them and make them feel whole again. So once they get out into their new life, we can help them too through the thrift store, giving them their basic needs that they need to get back into life. Also, there's some numbers that I came up with. We've been there at that location since 1982, so it's been a long time. The majority of our focus is for youth under 18 and seniors. 43% of what we do services kids under 18 and seniors 34%. And 100% of the people that we do work with are indigent. They make less than $15,000 a year. Let's see. And of Clay Township residents, we service 24,435 a year. That's what we did last year. And the number of individuals is 55,535, so it's close to 80,000 people a year. We also were trying to raise about $5,000 on our own from personal donations. We have a newsletter that goes out to over 11,000 households. And we, tell them that we're in need of this, so we're trying to raise some money on our own for that. But without that vehicle, it is impossible for us to go get the food that we need to be able to service these people. Also, the people that stay at third phase are not charged a dime. If they come into the program or the shelter, they don't pay to stay there. Do you have any questions?
You're up on the hill, kind of set back.
Yes.
Is it that big old house that,
Mhm.
I know
That's
exactly
right.
where you are, on the east side of the street, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah,
also-
it used to be part of the Underground Railroad. There's a lot of history to that home.
And that's also where you shelter individuals?
Yes, men, women, children, and then the one-year program for women.
How many people can you house in a given evening?
Well, with Ruthie, she'll get in many as she can, because we have people calling in the middle of the night. The policemen bring them in off the streets. They have nowhere to go. I mean, our shelter is always full, and then we'll move them up to the second and third floor. I would say, how many do you think in the whole house? Could you? But we have more than that now. So, yeah, we're always overbooked. Yeah, and people, it's really sad because people call daily and they have 3 and 4 kids and they have nowhere to go. I mean, nowhere to go. They do, yeah. They come in the middle of the night quite often. They'll get released from jail, their family's done with them. They have nowhere to go. And to put them back out on the streets, what's that going to tell them? They're going to go out and do the same behavior and go back to jail because they feel hopeless. At least we'll give them a chance. And, while they're in the shelter, we do encourage them to go out and look for work. If they do end up getting a steady job where we know that they're making an income, we would ask for a small amount of money, like $25 a week, but they eat there all week long. It's, we're not charging for that. They're furnished with all their health and beauty supplies, deodorant, shave cream, razors. So everything really is provided for them, but that's the main thing that I think the main reason we do that is to let them know that, nothing's free. And that we want them to be responsible for themselves. And then if they've been there, it's supposed to be for a day or two, but Ruthie's got a soft heart, so she sees that they're working towards a goal of getting a job and trying to save money. She'll let them continue to stay till they get enough to get out on their own.
Do they contribute around the house? I mean, is it?
They're supposed to. They do. The guys do. Yeah, they do. The house is big and there's a lot of work, a lot of mowing. It's a large home. We have a lot of work. So they do, for the most part.
Ma'am, what was your name again?
Sandra Vandenberg?
Vandenberg?
Uh-huh. People seem to think Hamilton County is a very rich area, and that's so not true. I mean, we see just so many people, just destitute people coming daily.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Ma'am?
My name is Alyssa Rudner. I'm here as the Development Director for Girls Create Music, which is a program that's actually going to kick off next week for the 2014 year. And I'm here today to request $17,500 from you guys for new instruments for the following year. So this year we are at absolute full capacity. The camp takes place at the Palladium, so just down the road. And we have gotten some very generous donations from local music stores for the instruments that we'll use this year. However, if we'd like to grow next year, we will need to own some instruments. And so that comes at a total of $24,805, and we're requesting 71% of that from you today. So short and sweet, essentially the camp, it helps 40 girls from around the country, actually. I have a few who come from out of town, pretty far from out of town, one from Massachusetts, another from California, because this is such a quality program, and if they're here for the summer, it's something they don't want to miss. So we see a lot of Clay Township residents, and we also see a lot of the surrounding counties. So, any questions?
Out of 40 girls, how many are Clay Township?
I would have to go back and look. It's a large number. I think it's in like 40%.
Are they paying anything to be coming here?
They do, yes, but it doesn't cover their instrument rental. That we all have to get through sponsorships and donations. What the girls pay for is essentially their meals, private instruction time, and then we have to pay some facility costs as well with that.
What facility are you, did you say you're
The
there?
Palladium.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually have the performance next Friday. They perform on the main stage at the Palladium, which is very exciting for them because most of them will never get that kind of opportunity again in their life.
And what are the ages?
9 to 16.
All kinds of instruments?
Well, we focus on keyboards, guitars, bass, drums, and vocals. Eventually, I'd like to add in ukuleles and who knows what else we could come up with, but for right now, just focusing on those and then possibly adding more later.
No, isn't. May we ask your name again, please?
Alyssa Rudner.
Thank you.
The list of the instruments is in
Yeah, I see it now.
Thanks, Alyssa.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Going, gone.
Exactly. The process is, and we thank all of you for your applications and your presentations. The board will consider the applications and weigh that against what we think we can contribute to the community this year in the way of grants. And then, what's our time frame, Doug? We decide and announce in August?
It'd be, well, August is our budget hearing, and then September our budget adoption, which is when you'll do that in September.
Okay, very good.
We'll have an idea of total amount available for grants in August.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. You'll know in August what you'll have for grant money.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And we appreciate the process, which frankly was kind of streamlined by Dr. Dillon a few years ago, and it's made it very straightforward. The rules are very clear, and we've had a lot of excellent organizations here tonight that hopefully we're going to be able to help again, some new ones, and some good companies and organizations in the past. So stay tuned. Thank you for your applications, and if anybody would like to cut out now before the real meat of this presentation begins, this discussion, you're more than welcome to leave now, and thank you very much. Yeah, we'll take, what do you think, Hal? Can we take a 2-minute break?
I need to go there. Get surgery.